this. Okay. All right, cool. So now we're going to jump into my project here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So share screen here. Let's get back here. We're jumping out of Vortic, and let me close down some of this stuff. Going way too many things open. This is my life. Okay. And let me close this, and let me omit this person. And since this is a new recording and I will be posting this today, let me go ahead and start off by saying that I am not a financial advisor, but I am a super risky YouTube dude. And over 40 plus plays out here in this space. And we have 58 people listening right now to what I have to talk about. And now what I do have to say is no matter what I talk about, whether it's my project, the next project, it all comes with risk. So you should never invest more than you can afford to lose. You should only use risk capital, and you should get to the point where you're only playing with house money. What does that mean? You get in, get your money out, whatever you put in. You put in 100. Once you got 100, you can play games with the profits. And then folks, quit compounding to the moon. Nothing lasts forever in this space. And if you want to be a winner, you got to do your own research. You got to be fully diversified, and you got to stick and move and get the bread while you can. But now let's get into K-100, and I'm going to cover this project, and I'm not going to take as long as I have in the previous videos. We're going to make this pretty quick. I'm going to try to do it in 10 to 12 minutes, then open up for questions. So folks, it's very simple here. You can earn 10% per day. And then this is for 10 business days. Business days. So no weekends. This is a Monday through Friday type of thing. Nothing happens on the weekend. So just chill out. Now, when you think about it, you say 10% per day for 10 business days. That's great. But then when do you get your initial, when do you make profit? Because when you take 10 times 10, that's 100%. But then what about the profit of this, right? And then so what happens here, folks, is after you get that 10% daily for 10 business days, then you receive 25% return on your capital. So what does that mean? That means that you make a total of 25% gain in just 2 weeks. So you get 100% of your money back in those 10 business days. Then on day 11, you get 25% money capital back. It is crypto in and crypto out, folks. And why keep it 100? Because we're honest people making an honest living and assisting others to do the same in the crypto. Who's the we? It's me. And then, folks, we're doing this by crypto, Forex, arbitrage, and the DeFi space. So how do I make money for K100? Folks, I get in all these projects. The sponsored projects, the scam projects, the legacy projects, the high risk, the new ones, the old ones. I'm flipping cheddar. I'm the same guy that came into space back in August with 30,000 and ran my portfolio up almost to an M. So what does that mean? Regardless if it's a scam, rug pull, here today, gone tomorrow, I figured out a way, in my personal opinion, to navigate this space. And then so that's what the dollars come in from K100, keep it 100. That's what you do. Easily create an account, you fund the account, and then you earn and withdraw. Now, what makes us different? Keep it 100 is a new liquidity protocol. Now, what does that mean? You're providing K100 liquidity to get in different DeFi projects, whether that's the new Trust 10, whether that is the new Passive 15 that came out, whether it's me putting, 50,000 in Vortic, whether it's me bolting up in CP, whatever moves I decide to make. Maybe it's me buying $100,000 in Polygon Matic coin. Whatever moves in this crypto and DeFi space, I make those decisions based off the capital coming in from K100. It's a broad portfolio, folks. I can't tell you that my success is always going to be the same, but my guarantee is that I'm not going to steal your money. I am not going to run with your money. I'm heavily invested. I'm super broad out here. I'm almost rug pull proof. Now, folks, the only guarantee is that I'm going to give you is not about my performance, is that I'm not going to scam you. I'm not going to steal your money. Now, folks, the project is stable and secure, rapid and profitable investment plan, strong DDoS shields and access firewalls, SSL 256-bit encrypted, affiliate opportunities and passive income, and a top tier affiliate program. Now, folks, here's the earnings calculator. You can come over here. The minimum investment for K-100 is $100. The minimum withdrawal is $20. Okay, so 100 to get started, $20 to withdraw. If you did $100, you would get $10 a day for 10 days. And then on day 11, you get $25 back. So that's a total of 125%. You did 500, it would look like this. If you did 1,500, it would look like this. And if you did 11,000, well, 11,100, it would look like that. So you can come in and play with any number that you want. Now, remember, you're going to get 10% a day. Now, what that means is, folks, that you're reducing your risk day by day. There's not many legitimate projects in the space. I said legit, that are not scams, that are going to give you 10% of your initial seed capital back every single day. Most of these projects, your capital is locked up for 30, 60, 90, 6 months, 100 and a whole year, or even 18 months. And I don't have to start naming the projects to tell you which ones have those lockup periods. So literally, I'm paying more than anybody right now and giving you your money back at 10% a day. Now, I'm not saying I'm paying more than any project, but me giving you your capital back, reducing your risk day by day, 10% a day, and then still giving you 25% on the end, it is phenomenal, folks. Now, we're going to get into the fees and the taxes, because after you get to the fees, there's not 25% coming out every 2 weeks, but tell me a platform that doesn't have fees that's real. Now, the main activity is trading digital assets, and I do love short positions. I like to go short. Now, folks, you earn the 10% daily. We keep it 100. No KYC, which means know your customer. Don't need you to fill out anything. No ID verification is required, folks. Now, the platform is fully secure, as I told you. I'm trading in the digital markets. It's a combination of artificial intelligence. I have robots, so it's a matter of robots and myself. And then the reward system, folks, is 5-2-1. You get paid 5% on your first level, 2% on your second level, 1% on your third level for all fresh capital deposits. And then once you reach 100,000 in your downline, you go up to 731 on the percentages. 731 are the percentages once you reach it to 100,000 in your downline. Now, folks, before you invest in any project, including my own, you should be reading the frequently asked questions. I keep getting messages about stuff that's here. I'm always caught in between ignoring you and then kind of telling you off, but you need to read this. As reading is fundamental. All right. And if you're sticking $100 in here, I'm not doing a $10 project. You sticking $100 in here, take 15 minutes to read the stuff on the website and quit hitting the chat support up. And it's right here. All right. And then so, folks, you can have an unlimited number of accounts, but they better not be linked by a referral link. If I catch you stealing referrals, I'm taking your money. So I'm going to say it again. I catch you stealing referrals, scamming the system for referrals, I'm taking all the money and all the accounts into the story, okay? Also, another note, quit messaging me, all right? I know this is my project, but use the chat or use the email address, but you sending me text messages, messenger messages, those stuff won't even get answered, and sooner or later, I'm gonna just block you. It's not the proper chain of command. Now, I know that you want answers faster than just a few minutes. I'm telling you right now, give us 24 to 96 hours to fill all customer service responses. Some platforms, you can't even get the customer service. So I'm asking you to give us 24 to 96 hours. We will collapse that time, but right now we're worrying about getting the platform out, making sure everything's going well. And to be quite honest, we had some hiccups this week, but for the most part, it was a pretty smooth launch for the first 7 days. All right. Anyone can participate in the program. You don't have $100 to get started, you can sign up for free. Then you can go tell somebody about the project, earn the commissions, and either withdraw the commissions or decide to go ahead and reinvest them inside of the system. Okay. You forget your security pin, email us, and we'll get those reset. I've already talked to you about the investments. We take Bitcoin, USDT, TRC20, and then also Binance USD. Minimum investment is $100. Now you can now compound in the account. We'll talk about that here in just 1 second. I'll show you, but I want to show you and make it loud and clear. Right now, there is a 10% withdrawal fee. 10% withdrawal fee. Now, you may be thinking like, well, why are you taking 10%? Every project has either upfront fees or hidden fees. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm taking 10%, 5% of it goes into the first level of the referral program. Think about it. I pay 521. So 5% of this is going into the referral program. The other 5% is going into to pay for the processing for the credit for the cryptocurrency, which is very expensive. And I'm looking for another processor. So there's a 10% fee. Then we'll have to take a look and see what those numbers work out to be. But I'm going to tell you right now, it works out to be 1.25% per day for 5 business days. Now, folks, I need to show you this. It's 24 to 96 business hours to send your money to you. So when you put in a withdrawal request, it's not coming right now. It's not instant. Not only is there a 10% tax, it's going to take 24 to 96 business hours to get to you. You need to understand that. People, I'll put in my request, I ain't got my money. Well, did you read this? And so I just want to make it clear that you should be reading these things. These are the 2 biggest things that I get hit questions about that are right here in the frequently asked questions under withdrawal. We're not doing anything sneaky. It's all right here, but you neglected not to read it. Now, you can put in a withdrawal request on the weekends, but nothing happens on the weekends, okay? Plain and simple, nothing happens on the weekends. To contact us, folks, the email address is there. You can also come and fill in the contact form, and then we will hit you up. Now, folks, don't send multiple messages. It's just messy. You send one message, if you don't get a response in 24 to 96 hours, send another. But don't send 2 or 3. It just slows everything down. We got to cover all these things. But for the most part, the biggest issue is people not sending enough capital and forgetting their pins and needing reset. We had a couple other small minor issues. They're isolated, but they're not as many issues as I've seen with new platforms launching, okay? All right, folks, so here's the contact information right here. Frequently asked questions. And then let me get here and show you this. And these statistics are real too, folks. So if you want to see how well K-100 is doing, these statistics are real right here. Here's a leaderboard. Top persons deposited 15,000 so far, 14,000. So shout out to Fire Team 1, Investor Man, and White Star for the top 3 depositors out of 10. You can see the list. These are real numbers. These are real money that people really deposited. Then you can take a look at revenue paid. Fire Team 1 with the top payouts. Parneet from Australia coming in second. White Star, D5J. So people are getting paid out. These are real people getting really paid. And then you see these networks built. People were out here blowing through these networks. Boss, I Am Yaya, Abdul, Star One, Crypto Muscle, Shelly, Mary, Open Circle, Mr. Physio, and Kimmo. These people are building out teams, and obviously I am boss. All right, folks, now let me go ahead and log into my account here. Let me stop this share here real quick and get logged into my account. And then once I cover this, we'll go ahead and open up for some questions. But the bottom line is, even with me taking 10% on your deposits, it's 1.25% a day. What does 1.25% a day times 7 days a week look like for you? It actually looks pretty good. I mean, excuse me, 5 days a week. It actually looks pretty good when you put it in perspective. And then you got 6.25%. This is the minimum you're going to get paid, is 6.25% per week. You take that and you multiply that by 52 weeks, and then you're making 325% over that time. It is a lot of money. Now, folks, this is my dashboard here. Oh, I'm not sharing. Let me get back to share. Let me share my screen here. Okay, boom, here you go. Yeah, I didn't even show you how much money was all together in the campaign. I'll go back and show that here in a second. This is my screen right here, folks. All right. And then so when you take a look at this, it shows your available balance. Once you have over $100 to reinvest, you can reinvest by simply clicking the reinvest button. But this doesn't show up until you have at least $100 to invest. The dashboard is nice and easy for you to read and see. And you can see these are things that I compounded. And then this credited amount is what has been credited from these transactions. So you see 500, 299 was credited. If you look at these are what add up to the credited amount. You also can see my active investment here. And yes, there's 14,000 on my dashboard, but I'm not going to withdraw that. It's just going to stay in the system. You will have Bitcoin, TRC20, and BUSD if you're getting referrals or if you're signing up and adding different deposit values. Folks, the Bitcoin value will fluctuate because Bitcoin is tied to the market. So if you got 4,800 today and then you got 4,600 tomorrow, I didn't take anything. Bitcoin probably dropped in price. You got your profit credited, revenue paid, investments, and affiliate graph here. You can see your invested allocations right over here to the right. And then you can see your total invested, the total withdrawn, and how much your team has put in over time. Getting started with investing, we make that easy. We have on the dashboard, you can invest from right here, make an investment, or you can come over here and add a new investment. Either way, we're going to make it very easy for you to invest. Now, folks, I can tell you this. When you reinvest, you don't pay 10%. There is a 5% tax. But that 5% tax actually goes to cover the rest of the referral program and marketing expenses. And so now the uplines do not receive referral credit on compounds. They only receive referral credits on fresh capital deposits. That is it. Now that 10% withdrawal fee, that brings you down to 1.25% per day. That will get lowered as we get into a new processor that charges us less. Don't necessarily have a time frame on that at this very moment, but we are drastically and desperately working on it. Withdrawal is simple and easy. You click the withdraw button. It's going to bring up your available tokens. I got 4,800 Bitcoin. I got 8,000 here in TRC20. And then I got $915 right here in BUSD. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you, when you get started, make sure you send enough. Send a few extra bucks. We're going to credit everything that hits your dashboard. Send a few extra bucks. All right. And then Bitcoin will fluctuate, but TRC20 and this BUSD, BEP20, that is also, folks, those are stables, easy to use. And then, folks, you can come over and look at your statistics. You can easily see your deposits. You can easily see your withdrawals, and you can easily see your deposits, your revenue, your withdrawals easily, and then also your affiliate commissions. Okay. All right. And then, folks, I believe that's all I really wanted to show you on this. Let's go ahead and open up for questions about the project. Let's go ahead and open up right now for questions. Let me see here if I can see any hands up. Any hands up? Any hands up? Okay, raised hands. Let me see. Armagus, let's go.
I actually did a few calculations on what you would need to earn from your trading in order to deliver a net 25% at the end of the day. Looks like it'd probably be something around 140 in order to deliver 125.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I see programs like this, usually what they advertise is is the net that they deliver, and they just try to collect through their trading and investment the balance of anything they need to make to pay those kind of things like fees and commissions on the back end.
Correct. Yep. So a lot of times, so what I could have easily done was, instead of, which I'm a genius marketer, I could have easily marketed this as just 1.25% a day and no fees. So I could easily just said, this is 1.25% per day, no withdrawal fees, and no deposit fees, and nobody would have an issue. However, it's better for the people, believe it or not, that there is a 10% tax, because as that tax goes down, they'll get closer and closer to getting that true 25%. Now, let's talk about other projects. How does C12 advertise? They advertise 12% a day. Is that what you got? Was that your profit? No, no, it wasn't their profit. When you take a look at Novatech, and now they don't really advertise, but it was 3% a week, right? But they still had 20 to 30% performance fees, right? Vortic United, we just covered Vortic. Vortic has 4 plans, A, B, C, and compounding. But are they advertising that they take 20% of your initial seed capital at the end? No. And then so it's just really a matter of how you like it said, and we can present this same opportunity many different ways. But the reality of it is you are getting 25% before taxes every 2 weeks, which is still phenomenal when you put that in perspective. And then now with the compounding, it's not 1.25%. You'll have to actually look at the numbers on that, because when you compound, it's only a 5% fee. So if you're getting 5% less on compounds, you're actually making more than that 1.25% per day. But that is the absolute minimum for this project.
Yeah, it's just when I'm comparing programs, I always want to calculate what is I calculate that net UPI, okay, the effective weekly percentage yield. And when I'm comparing the strength of programs. So it's always, so what I'm always looking for is an apples to apples. So when I'm comparing strengths of programs, especially on that spreadsheet that I put up there. So this is why I'm looking for a bit of consistency, so that when I'm running the numbers to say, okay, I put X amount here, how much can I expect to see if I compound like half of it, or take like, say, square root of it, or raise to some other power. But I've been doing calculations like that with some of the other programs you've advertised online recently. So if I'm going to say how am I going to approach this kind of program strategically, to have a balance between taking some of the profits home and compounding some, and how do you balance them? That those sorts of calculations really do depend on knowing intrinsically and in detail what the net returns are. So this is why this is why I'm a little bit it's like, if you're doing something behind the scenes and you're earning more, but only giving out, but what you're telling people what they're getting, but not necessarily as much what you're doing behind the scenes to deliver it, I find it a little easier to swallow. Some people may differ from that. So
good stuff, sir. I got a hand up from Doris Owens.
Hi, Terrence.
Hey,
yeah, so I registered with your K-100. You have mentioned something depending on how the Bitcoin is running. So if I deposited $510, all right, but then I see it's $509.56. But the first day of withdrawal was only $49.93, and the next day was a little lower, and the next day was a little lower, and today it was a little bit higher. It was 51 something, per day. So is
Mhm.
that based on because of how the Bitcoin was fluctuating? Is that why?
Correct. Correct.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, so it's not a steady, 10% of what you invest in. Is that correct?
Well, no, it is a 10%, but while you're in Bitcoin fluctuates. So
Right.
even if we pay you out or you're sitting in Bitcoin, that's going to fluctuate, period. So the only way to avoid that own natural Bitcoin fluctuation, we ain't got nothing to do with that, is you come in with USDT or BUSD, and then that
Oh.
completely eliminates the fluctuation. But Bitcoin
Okay.
fluctuates on its own.
So in other words, after 10 days, it might be that I just break even. I might not get the profit that you're stating.
Well, no, I mean, you're going to get the profit, but the price of that Bitcoin that you have may be less or more. You're going to
Mhm.
have the correct amount in Bitcoin, but the price of that Bitcoin changes by the moment.
By the moment. So I don't know what I really end up with after 10 days then.
Yeah, not in Bitcoin. You don't know the value of your Bitcoin. You're going to have 125% more Bitcoin, but
Oh,
so you're going
regardless.
to have more Bitcoin, but just with the value of that Bitcoin is the question.
Oh, okay. All right, got you. Okay.
Good question. Very good question. Any other K-100 questions? I don't
Yeah.
see any other. Oh, yeah, go right ahead.
All right. So I wanted to ask now, I see that you have Bitcoin, TRC20, BUSD. Can you have multiple running at the
Yes.
same time?
Yes.
Okay. And when when it's running at the same time, you spoke about compounding. When you say compounding, do you mean the reinvest button there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And then my last question is, my next question is, people who want to get set up through you, can they have multiple accounts? Multiple accounts, but not necessarily for the referral, just have multiple accounts running at the same
Yes.
time.
Yes.
So
You
I
can
will not
have
have any, okay.
Yep, you can have unlimited accounts. You can set them up for your kids. You can set them up for your dog. You can set them up for whoever. I don't care. Long as they're not connected by referrals. And if they're connected by referrals, I'm just taking them off. So, but as
What
long as
if
they're
it's
not
not for my
connected,
kids? What if
I'm
it's
sorry.
just for me?
Yeah, just even for you. If you want 30,000 accounts for yourself, go for it.
Okay. And then, okay, that's it. Now, do you still do the Zoom calls? Because you said earlier at the beginning that you don't want people calling you. I did try to call you to set up other 3 projects, your project and 1 other project, and then 1 of the private projects. You don't do Zoom calls anymore or no?
Well, I'm off for the summer.
Oh,
So
you're
I'm not
off.
doing, yep, I'm
Okay.
off for the summer. So I'm not doing anything for the summer right now. And so right now for the summer, I'm doing no Zoom meetings at all, personal. Um, Hold on one second, if you could, please.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not doing any Zooms for the summer. But when I was referring to people messaging me about K-100, somebody will have a problem with their 2FA and then message me. Or somebody will have a question about, what's the withdrawal fee, then call me. Or I'll have somebody that just jumps in, wants to know something general about K-100 in my messenger or my email or my phone. And I'm just being very clear and upfront. Don't call me, don't message me, go through customer support or I'll block you. I don't personally have time to take phone calls when anybody in the world wants to talk to me about K-100. I'm appreciative of it, but you're not calling Cynthia Petillon. You're not calling Jessen Michael. You're not calling Jensen Robles. And if you are, great, but that's not the protocol and procedure that I'm going through. And so I'm asking everybody, if you have an issue, you have whatever it is, send it to support through the chat. Also, if you're sending me a text message, hey, my 2FA, man, I get 1,000 text messages a day. You think I'm gonna go back and remember to take a look at the text message or the messenger message? And quite honestly, it's just intrusive for people to call me. It's very intrusive. So I'm not doing anything for the
You're trying
summer.
to spend time with your family on vacation. It's not fair to
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't listen. I did one-on-ones for free. I did that for the community for free.
Yeah.
And so I did it long enough. And right now I'm just too busy in my life to do free one-on-ones. And I had already told people I don't want to charge you to do them either. So I just rather not do them than to charge to do them. And people have offered like, oh yeah, I'll just pay you. No, I don't want to get paid to do it. I don't want to do it if I got to charge you to do it. I just wanted to do it out the kindness of my heart. And right now I'm just too busy and I don't have the time. So there's other educated people in the community. I'm getting on calls. I have a wonderful admin staff inside of the groups. And so the majority of things that people want me for or that I assisted with, my admin team can help with that. And they're happy to assist with it.
So, okay. So if it's any support issue, no more taking calls, but if it's just to sign up, then we can, or no?
No, they just sign up. Sign up. It's easy. Log in, invest, and send the crypto. Now, if you need help with that, then yes, I have admins that work in my Telegram channel and also in my Facebook group that can assist you with that. But my job is done with that. I'm done with that.
Okay. Okay. Now the last thing I wanted to let you know, I don't know if you're aware, I did not, when I found out about this project, I did not even know that it was you. I found out from coworkers, and then they were talking trash about you, saying that you're trying to scam people. And then I found a guy. If you go on YouTube, Mr. Pounds, there's actually a guy that is calling to take you to jail, actually. So you might want to check it on YouTube. I said, let me let you know, because if I don't want what happened to Miss Petillon to happen to you. So
yeah, well, listen, I'm not worried. Listen. I've been running for a week. I have a lot of haters. Okay, so let's get this out in the open. They don't like a black man coming in here making all the money I made. So let me say that for one. For one, they don't like the black man coming in making all the money that I've made. Period.
Exactly.
They don't like that. Now that's one thing. Secondly, they don't want a guy that can not only do his own YouTube videos, knows what he's talking about, jump in and out of these scam platforms, get paid more than any of these other YouTube guys to do videos. They don't like that. And then so there's going to be haters. And listen, I've been hated on my whole complete entire life. You know why? Because I've been getting money for a long time. And that comes along with the territory. And listen, I'm okay with that. And so they can hate what happened with the Petillons and all that stuff. I understand and I get it. And we are putting measures in place so that, that won't be anything similar for us. And I do appreciate that. But the people talking on YouTube and stuff, man, they can get out of my face. Okay. Listen, I don't care about that. They can call whoever they want to call. They want to call the SEC. They can do whatever they want to do. We are prepared for that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. I got a couple other hands up. I have Gail with the hand up and then two more after that. Gail?
Okay, Terrence, I have a question. Hello, how are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well. The reinvestment feature, does that
Mhm.
start a 10-day cycle again? Like if you reinvest? I know
It
it's
does.
5%.
Yep, it starts a new 10-day cycle for that reinvestment amount. Now, if my screen is up over here, you can see my screen over here. You'll see I got Bitcoin with 7 out of 10 days remaining. Then I got this right here, this other TRC20 with 7 out of 10 days remaining. And then you see right here, I got this TRC20, 4 out of 10 days remaining. So every time you add fresh capital or you reinvest, it starts a new 10-day cycle for that amount.
Okay, so if you just let it sit there, you reinvest it, and that amount is 10% when you want to withdraw, it's 10% off of that amount, right?
Correct. Whatever you withdraw, there will be a 10% tax for now.
So there's 5% for the reinvestment, another 10% on top of it when you withdraw.
Yep. Well, look at it this way.
Oh, no,
Reinvestment.
Terrence, I don't have no problem with it. I just want
No,
clarity, that's all.
no. I just wanted to explain it for people on the
Oh,
call. A reinvestment is technically a withdrawal and a deposit. And so technically reinvest could be 10% because it's technically a withdrawn deposit. So the 5% on the reinvest allows you to save that, because if you pull it out any other way, currently it will incur 10%. But we put some things in place over the next week or so. We'll be looking forward to new processing. And then the goal is going to be bringing this thing down to closer to 5% on the withdrawal fee instead of the 10% where we're at right now.
okay, wonderful. And this is not pertaining to this, real quick, MMM. If we want to top up, we have to email you?
Yeah, yep. So what has happened is, I get the text messages, I get the messenger messages, and then people are sending hashes, and like I'm just missing them. I can't remember to go back to Messenger and look at all my messenger messages. And so if you email it, I'll get it and I'll make sure everything is taken care of correctly. But I just need to know the crypto and also the amount, and I will send you a new deposit address for the crypto of your choice.
Okay, thanks again, that's all.
Yep. No, thank you, Gail. Appreciate you.
All right, I appreciate you too, Terrence, take care.
Yep, you too. All right, I have an EL hand up.
Terrence, this is Irwin. I have a few Amy's that I wanted to put into the K-100. However, I signed one of them up. I did a referral. Now they're past the computer stage. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? They're not computer savvy at all. So I have to run their business. And one of my aunties, who is 80 years old, is I take care of all of her business for her. So I don't know if I can get a referral on that, or do I just, because I would have to do everything for them. Okay.
Yeah,
so you tell me what I can and can't do.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, just shoot me a support email with the names or the account name so that I know what's going on, and then I'll put it in the in our admin spot. So when the detector detects it, I already know what's going on.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. The next hand I have up is a certified trainer.
Thanks for that. My name's Ivan. I'm new to the group. You mentioned about the linking referrals. You could sign up your dog and your children and all that. What does the term linking referrals? So we can't, if I sign up a dog, I can't use my referral. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yes, correct.
So if unless it's a genuine link to a friend of mine, then I use my referral.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
You got it.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yep, you're welcome.
I'll speak with my dog and make sure that I use your referral.
Yeah, get his permission.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Next hand I have up is Roxanne Evans.
Well, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. First, I want to congratulate you on this great accomplishment. We need it. Then I want to thank you for giving me that 1 hour of knowledge, that one-on-one 1 hour of knowledge. And then I'm going to proceed by saying this. I know you say you're not going to rug pull. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, that is
So you
1000% correct.
So you're actually implementing a little bit more confidence in this platform than what we have been seeing over the ecosystem at this time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
can you make little plans around it? I mean, what's your insight for the near future? I'm not saying for the far future, but what are your insights? Where you want to take this particular platform?
I mean, well, ultimately for me, as long as, don't nobody come knocking on my door to shut it down, anything like that, I see this as being a legacy platform. The reason I say it is a legacy platform, because the numbers are sustainable, in my personal opinion. And could they be better? Yeah, they could be a little bit better, but we're looking for sustainability. And ultimately, as long as I can keep doing what I've done for the last 10 months in this space, 1.25% a day for whatever amount of capital that is in this project is 1000% doable. Now, if you see me jumping in this platform and that platform, and I'm losing, and this one is rug pulling, and this one is scamming. Now, I ain't talking about the sponsored videos. When they pay me to do a sponsored video, I don't expect them to be around long at all. And I'm going to get the capital, but like programs I pick, like AAS and different programs. Now, these things just start all falling away, then K-100 is going to have some problems, because this is what supports K-100 is those projects. And then also, like my commissions, you see, like Vortic United, I'm making $10,000 a week right now from Vortic United. That's 40,000 a month. Things like that, if they start disappearing, then things can start getting rough. But as long as I'm broad enough and can win more than I lose, like I have been, this thing can be around as long as crypto and DeFi is around. Anything else, Miss Evans?
Oh, yes, I says thank you for saying that, because as much as you talk against us making plans around the platform, this is one platform I would love to make plans around. So that's the reason why
Yeah.
I
So
asked you these.
so let me just be completely honest with you. I don't think it's going nowhere in the next 10 days. So, I tell people all the same, you got a 10-day risk in this. So, you want to go heavy? Now's the time to go heavy, get in, get your 10 days out the way. And then you will literally be playing with house money. So even if I don't make it 6 years or 4 years or 6 months or any of that, after 10 days, you're with house money. Then if you decide, okay, I'm gonna make some plans with this house money, different story, because you still understand it's house money. And what I tell people, this is one of my strategies. I put in 1,000, I'm gonna get my 1,000 back out, and then I'm a 50% compound, 50% withdrawal. And I'm okay with that. If it goes bye-bye, okay. But guess what? I got my money back, and every other day I'm pulling down some money, or every other week or every other something. I'm alternating my payments and bringing some stuff back in. So that's what I would suggest that, anybody does in any of these projects. Half compound, half withdraw, get seed capital out the way, and then if it goes, it goes. But right now, things are looking magnificent for K-100.
Again, thank you so much. I have 100% confidence in you and this platform, and this is where my money is going to go.
Well, let's go. Let's get it. All right. I have another hand up here from Ron F. Ron F.
Hey, Terrence, how are you, sir?
Wonderful, sir.
Good. Question. I mean, and as I expect, it's grown very, very quickly in the week that it's been out already. You just said about to hit $750,000 if you didn't already.
Yes, sir.
Because there's a lot of projects out there, but once you get into the millions, a lot of these projects are too small to be able to put millions into. Like, how would, like, do you know how you diversify? Would you diversify into other areas?
Yeah, well, so really for me is I trade crypto too. So never too much money to trade crypto. And
Absolutely.
so that's pretty much where that larger bucket of finances will be. The larger bucket of this split up will not be in DeFi projects. Now, it may seem like a lot, like let's just call it a $40 million bucket. And if I got $10 million in DeFi projects, it's not really that much, in that grand scheme of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Broke up over multiple platforms. Now, this thing gets to be hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, I don't know. We'll figure out something to
yeah.
do with it.
Yeah.
We'll figure out something to do with it. But I like to
Absolutely.
keep. You say what now?
No, just saying absolutely. That's you'll find a home somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. And then, here's the reality too. I'm a seven-figure trader myself. So even if K-100 wanted to invest as it does in other DeFi projects and decided to invest in MMM, that could be a possibility in the future if for some reason that, this DeFi and crypto stuff doesn't keep working for me the way that it has been.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, you're inspiration because you're one of the few that are making it really work, and I appreciate your insight each week. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Bless you. Thank you, Ron.
Have a good night.
You too. All right. I have Doris Owens.
Yeah, hi again. Just to be clear, so if I wanted to sign my son up, I would have to send it under you? I couldn't do it under my referral. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, do you and your son live in the same house?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's no problem. So where it comes to a problem is where people live in the same house, sharing the same Wi-Fi, acting like it's their son that lives elsewhere, but it's really just you and two accounts and you want the referrals. And I get it. I've done it. But I knew the risk when I did it, and the risk is the same. If I catch somebody, I'm just taking all the capital.
Okay.
That's all. But no, you're fine. You're fine.
No, but my son doesn't live with me, but if I wanted to open up an account for him, it would still be under my same computer IP address. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, is he incapable of doing the account himself and working the account himself?
Well, he's not going to keep up with it. I would still
Yeah,
have
okay.
to run
I
it
understand
for
that.
him, is what I'm
Yeah, well,
saying.
just send me an email with both emails for the accounts, and then that way I'll know what's going on.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Doris.
Mhm.
I have Gerald Grant.
Yeah, what's up, Terrence?
Hey, nothing much. How you doing, sir?
Good. So, what I wanted to talk about is, I really like what you're doing with K-100, and I think the whole community really needs something like this, because there's been a lot of rug pull going on, and
You're muted, Gerald.
Everybody in the community, feel comfortable putting their money in any platform right now. It's like, as soon as you put your money there,
You're muted again, Gerald.
somebody keep calling me.
Oh,
So, I really appreciate what you do.
you're muted again, brother.
Hello?
We can hear you now. You're muted again. Gerald, you're muted again.
I probably gotta take this call because I don't know what this person still keep calling for.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Yep, no worries, brother. All right. I have Blessing Kapaku.
Good morning.
Morning. How you doing?
I'm sorry, I'm calling from the UK, so the time is different from yours.
No problem. No problem. We are international.
I'm doing very well. I'm so happy and I'm thanking you for all you're doing. I
Well,
just
bless.
want I just want to ask you a question
Sure.
regarding the referral scheme. Because I signed up under you the first day it came out, and then what I'm hearing now, does it mean my husband cannot sign under me
Well,
because he
no.
wants
So,
to join?
your husband's a real person, and so let me be clear. You know, me and my wife, we have accounts anywhere that we can have accounts at. So you have a husband, that's perfectly fine. Now, if you didn't have a husband and then you made a husband account, that's a different
No,
story.
no.
But you actually have a husband in your house. That's a completely different story. I don't have a problem with people having real accounts with real people. But when a person makes up an account for the commissions, that's a completely different story. But you and your husband are perfectly fine.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to know that and then say thank you again for all you're doing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for
Yep.
now.
Bye-bye. All right, I have a hand up for Jazz.
Yeah, Terrence, just a quick question. So
Sure.
say that we were having some success on our own with a platform that we've come across or something. What would be a convenient way that would be respectful of your space and time to share that should you want to potentially get into it to maybe help diversify K100?
You can email it to support@k100.net or whatever, support@k100.net, I believe it is. And then you can just put in there project review. And I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to open up to the community, not on this call, to take a look at and see exactly what other projects they may want me to jump into. I don't have a problem with that. So I am 1000% open to that. But if you want to just email it over, support@k100.net, project for review, we'll get that and take a look at it.
Because I am in some pretty good projects like Wolf Capital and other ones that are just really banging out right now. So I'm going to send those emails. I'm sure you're aware of
Okay.
a lot
Oh,
of this anyways.
cool. Yep. So now Wolf Capital. Now let's talk about Wolf Capital. If I remember correctly, Wolf Capital pays what, 15% a month, 7.5% every 2 weeks.
Right now, the Wolf Pack that I joined, it's a variable, but we're cranking out 1.5% per day.
It's variable. Okay. So now here's the issue. If that variable goes under 1.25%, I can't pay people here. So any projects you send me, be mindful that I have to make more than what I pay out, and more than what I pay out by some margins too. So just keep that in mind as the projects that you send.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome. All right, let's see here. I have a hand up from Gerald Grant.
Yes, Terrence, sorry, I had to finish that conversation with that guy. Yeah.
No problem.
Yes, so basically what I'm saying is, you say you trade cryptocurrency, right?
Yes, sir.
So, I specialize in building trading bots and those stuff.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much. So, I just recently was doing some research on KuCoin, and I think this could really also help the community a lot. And KuCoin has this new trading bot system right now that's pretty much doing ridiculous. And I think I would like to, whenever you have time, I'd like to just, show you, because I think it could really help out the community a lot, especially because market been moving really big since recently. And the good thing about what this bot that I'm talking about on KuCoin is that it has a compound feature, which is ridiculous, that I've been testing out for a couple of weeks now. And the compounding features on that bot is just, out of this world. So I would like to,
Sure.
show you whenever you have time.
Yeah. Did you say it was a spot grid? I think I seen in your message. Did you say spot grid?
Yeah, it's a spot grid. That's
Okay.
so there's no liquidation point, which is good.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I saw you made a trade on Matic recently,
Mhm.
and I was thinking if you had instead of just buy and hold, I saw you buy and hold, but if you did put it on the spot grid, you would have made more money than what you'd made if you buy and hold.
Correct. Yep, I'm with you. Yep, and I appreciate you because I don't know that type of, I don't even actually, I would need somebody like you who understands that in order to put it in place. But let's take a look. I leave from my location tomorrow, and I'm heading to another part of Florida for another week. But let's put some time together. We'll sit down and figure it out, and we'll put some money on there and see what it does.
Okay, no problem. Just hit me up when you're free.
Okay, I sure will. I appreciate you, brother.
All right.
All right, let's see here. All right, we don't, oh, Sarah Webb. Sarah Webb.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. How are you? I'm wonderful. How are you?
Absolutely amazing.
Good, good, good.
There's actually a question in the chat that kept popping up. They're at work, so I just wanted to read it for them because they're not able to unmute themselves or raise their
Okay.
hand.
What
It
is-
says
okay.
here, other platforms provide withdrawals under a 24-hour window. Are there going to be any provisions made in the very near future to shorten the withdrawal timing a bit?
Okay, so let's talk about the biggest platform in the space, Novatech. How long is their withdrawal? Let's talk about the next biggest platform in the space. Well, I mean, we didn't get an answer, but we know Novatech has never been 24 hours. And that's the biggest platform in the space. They were never, ever 24 hours on withdrawals. And then also the next biggest one, funds, 24 to 48 hours. But most platforms are not under 24 hours. A lot of the scams, a lot of the high risk, a lot of the ones that don't plan on being here tomorrow can get out dollars in under 24 hours. But I'm just not aware of a lot of platforms that are 24 hours, and I'm like in 40 of them myself. Now, can you help me with that, or do they know which ones are 24 hours?
They didn't say. They were just asking the question.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would really want to know what legitimate platforms that they're in that most are under 24 hours, but I think they're just probably used to these highway scams that run in and out. And then quite honestly, the 24 to 96 hours is so that when it comes down and it's not 24 hours, that somebody's not emailing me, texting me, sending a support message at 24 hours and 1 minute. But most people on the call, they can attest, most withdrawals have been within 24 to 48 hours, sometimes even less so far. And my goal is 24 to 48 hours. And at some point, I'm sure that will be a little bit under. But here's the reality, though. I have to I have to make moves. Like I'm really, truly making moves. And then so the reality is that while I'm making these moves, things happen. You know, if I got money sitting in this project and they're supposed to pay me on Monday and they need a few extra days, I don't want to go to the community and say, oh, give me a couple extra days to make the payment. If I'm just upfront and say 24 to 96 hours, then nobody can ever complain. So kind of a safety cushion and a safety net for me. But I truly, really do think that's within inside of the industry standard, 24 to 96 hours for most of legitimate programs that's out there.
Gotcha. Okay. And they said thank you for that response.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. And I'm sure other people have had that question as well, too.
I have a question.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Oh, okay. So it's about investing in other, just like the guy that was talking about KuCoin. If you would allow it, Mr. Pounds, when you're ready to contact him, I am interested in learning about that because I never really understood how KuCoin, what he's talking about, how it worked. And so I didn't know how to do that. I didn't want to put something that I don't know what it's about and how to do it correctly and efficiently. So if he is willing, if you can inform me that I am interested, when he's contacting you, you have my phone number. He can contact me as well because I've always wanted to get into it, but I never understood how to do it or how to do it efficiently.
Gotcha.
And then the next question is, if you remember several, I don't know if you remember, but several live streams ago, is the specific live stream where I asked you about private projects.
Mhm.
Private projects, and then it was a live stream where I spoke with the guy